episode number 118. I'm glad you all could make it. This is Richard. Richard, sing along on this one, would you? Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Oh, well, things will change and leaves will fall and it will rain and transform before your eyes. God will time for chasing. Oh, what is that? Oh, you never know just how life is gonna go. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Everybody sing. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we do. Go ahead. Woo! Everybody sing. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we do. It would. Oh, you gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead and trust yourself. Everything writes itself. Oh, life's a stream. Go ahead now, follow your dream. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we do. It would. All right, yay! Something's gonna happen.
Something's happening.
Richard, hello.
Hello.
Okay, you're Richard.
Go ahead, try it. Ketigian.
Ketigian.
There you go. That's
And what's the origin of that name?
Armenian.
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 And what are you born in Armenia?
No,
Or
my
you know
father
your
was.
father
So,
did.
he came here when after the First World War and
Mhm.
settled down, and he met my mother somewhere in Manhattan, and she wasn't born in Sweden, but her family was from there, so they were quite a couple. He was short and dark, and she was tall and blonde. So
Ooh, so interesting. And did you have much, like, around your house growing up? Were you all Armenian or Swedish or American?
no, we were pretty much American, though. My father had his two brothers who were Armenian, and they talk Armenian when they were together.
Yeah.
But since my mother didn't know it at home, we just spoke regular old English.
English.
You know.
And did you have like any cultural events, whatever Armenian culture events would
Oh,
be?
once in a
or-
while we'd go, Palm Sunday was go to the
Oh.
Armenian church, and that was about it. Otherwise, not much,
And the Swedish,
Fully
where
American.
where they go to the sauna or something. I don't know where
Yeah,
the
the hot tub, yeah.
Hot tub.
And jump in the snow, that would be nice.
And did you play music your whole life?
Well, I started somewhere after, around the end of high school. Some friend said, hey, I'm going to go over to our friend's house and learn how to play guitar. I said, can I come?
Oh, here, this is jumped. Yeah, can you? And so you said yes.
I said, sure.
And
And I went and I learned 3 chords.
that's all you need. Was
See
he-
the girl with the red dress on. She could do the dance all day long. Then I had a,
Look.
hey,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So anyway, I played that song all weekend long, and my mother said, don't you know any other song? I said, no, that was it.
Yeah.
Of course, I've learned that most songs are based on that 3-chord progression.
And so did you ever play in bands and stuff like that?
I've tried, but it's always hard to get people together to practice.
Yeah, it is.
I play with a couple of folks here and there. Like now I play in church, Temple of Living God, and play with a couple other folks there. And I go to an open mic here and there. And then when I go back to New York, I'm a snowbird, a sunbird.
A sunbird. We don't understand why we call them snowbirds, because we're chasing the sun.
Yeah, right. So when I go back to New York, I meet up with a couple of friends and we play very loud rock and roll music, which is fun.
Very loud rock
What?
and roll.
You know.
Yeah. Okay, and when did you start writing songs?
When I first started playing in the early 70s, I guess I wrote about a dozen songs, and then I said, that's about what I have to say.
Oh.
You know, and I started playing other people's regular cover songs, because I like to get people to sing, and I like to participate. You know, if you play something they don't know, they're just sitting there. And I wasn't planning to be a star. I just wanted to be entertained and enjoy.
And have people join you.
Yeah, right. You know.
Okay, but do you have one that you've written that you could play for us right this minute? All right, I'm going to get up and leave you the stage.
Am I still on here?
You're still on there. I'm going to give you a second one closer to your guitar, you know, all this business.
Wired for sound.
What we hope. All right, I'm going to let you go. Introduce yourself. Introduce your song, I mean.
Introduce my song. Well, you know, early in life, just trying to figure out what it's all about, Alfie, you know. So I wrote this one. I've loved in the country. I've slept on a mountain, and I've walked by the sea. I was lost in the daylight. I was found while in dark, and everything that through, well, it all makes its mark. Why should this happen to me? Well, I wish I could see just what makes things all so. Well, I wish I could know. Sometimes I'm unhappy. Lots of times I have fun. There are some things that I've ended, though lots of things I've begun. Once I felt every, once I felt none. I sat down with many, and I stood all alone. Why is this happening to me? Well, I wish I could see just what makes things all so. Well, I wish I could know. I've been thirsty while drinking. I was hungry though full. I've looked down at heaven, and I've looked up at hell.
this one.
Okay.
Why not?
All right. Well,
Okay, there. No, this is good. I mean, I might raise it. I never know what's going on, actually.
Okay, well,
How's it sound
one step
out
at a
there?
time.
We have some couple of viewers out there. You let us know if it's horrid. Okay, it's not horrid. Pause for horridness. Now, did you sing in Armenian growing up or
No,
anything like that?
but my
Or
father
Swedish?
did. He would play the piano. He knew like 3 tunes and he would play them on the piano, or he had an oud. He had a
An
band.
oud.
An oud is like a shaped like a watermelon. It's a Middle Eastern instrument.
Oh, instrument, yeah. And so, and you had no interest in singing in Armenian, I don't suppose.
Well, I didn't know the language, you know. It's
Yeah.
hard to, you know, I
Oh,
didn't.
you poor child. I feel
Well,
like
you know,
were...
I do miss having had that cultural
Yeah.
influence, but.
And how about the food around your house? What kind of food?
Oh, my father used to make Armenian food. It
Oh,
was delicious.
Armenian.
He was a good cook.
What was Armenian food about?
Well, shish kebab, you know, rice pilaf, a lot of lamb in the diet,
Yeah.
and salads, and so it was Mediterranean diet. It was very good. I didn't realize it until I went into the military, and that food sucked. I said, Dad, where is your cooking?
What
You know.
happened? What made you decide to go into the military?
Well, it was 1967,
Mm-hmm.
and I was 1A, and at that time that meant go to Vietnam and get drafted. Do not pass go. So,
Oh, so if you joined the military, you felt like you had more of
well, I
a...
joined the Navy
You
because
joined the
there was
Navy.
less risk in my mind rather than being drafted in the
Into
Army,
the Army.
because they went right to the front line. And,
Yeah.
and soldiers were not very well respected in those days. They were spit upon and
Well, they
frowned
kind of
on.
still are now, aren't they? I mean,
Well, they're welcomed back more as, you know, respectfully than in the early 70s. They were
right, from the Vietnam War, right, because originally people had come back from the Second World War as war heroes.
heroes, right?
Because
Right.
everybody thought that was...
But they didn't like the Vietnam War because it was
Right,
political and, you know, a different world. So,
And so you seem to be interested in sort of life's...
yeah, what's it all about? You know, you try and figure it out.
What's it all about?
You really want to know?
Yes!
If I tell you the answer, I'll have to kill you.
Well,
Oh, no. Okay, now don't tell anybody. I'm sure you've never heard this.
No,
It's all one.
it's all one. That's it. That's all we need to know.
That's all you need to know.
We are all one.
Right.
Everything, everyone. Now, have you always felt that we are all one?
No, I have felt that we were many, you know, different. You were different, I'm different, you know, everybody's separate. But since certain experiences, I've learned, well, it's all one. It made it much easier.
What kind of experience?
Well, you know, it was the 70s, so I don't remember. Oh.
If he tells you, he'll have to kill you.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
you had some experiences, and now you feel like we are all one. Well, how do you use that in your everyday life?
Just to be in the moment and accept it for what it is, and to realize my relation with other beings, that they're not terrible just because they have different ideas than me, or different opinions, or believe different things. Because in the end, we all return to the same earth, the same recycle bin. So we're going to meet up sooner or later there. And
Yeah, but in between, I'd like more of yours to be mine. How do you feel about that?
well, I'll give you what I do. What would you like? Let's see. I got a couple of.
I
let's
got
go ahead.
plenty.
Well,
But yeah,
blessing.
so,
That's blessing. That's always a
Yeah.
concern, but you know, it's.
and
it's-
how do you preach your philosophy anywhere? How do you practice your?
well, talk is cheap.
Mm,
You know, so you've got to live what you're believing. Otherwise, it's meaningless. So I try and be as nice as I can be. Like my father used to yell at me, "You're too nice,"
oh,
because people will take advantage of you.
yes. How do you
And
keep
they
it?
do, but
Oh.
you know, but I still try and be nice
Be
because
nice.
I'd rather have an open heart,
Uh-huh.
because then I can experience more of the air and the sky and the life, and rather than closing my heart up with you know, concrete and steel and that
Fear,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
fear.
You know. Life
all
is
right.
short.
Well, and when you write songs, how do you go about that?
Well, you come up with an idea, and then the idea start writing a poem. And once you start spewing out things and get them to rhyme, get a rhyming dictionary. Or now you can use a computer.
Yeah,
Gee
you can
whiz,
just use your
holy
computer.
cow.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after that, for me, music comes easy. It's just you start humming a tune and something comes in there. So it's just a matter of getting the idea, and I got a book full of ideas, just too lazy to sit down and write more songs.
Okay, well, sing us another one right now.
Another
give
one?
Us, give us a little intro and sing us another
Okay.
one.
Let's see.
Go ahead and give you this one, too. I never know what's going on with all these. Okay, go ahead and introduce your song.
Okay, this is, you ever read the Little Golden books?
No. Oh,
Yeah.
we got some nods from the audience, yeah?
Someone knows, but the grandmother knows.
That's right.
Little Golden books are kids' books, and the one I had when I was young was the train from Timbuktu to Kalamazoo. And I didn't realize till later how zen the book was. Because this talked about there was a big train and it had big cars and a big engineer and it went to big towns and it went clickety-clack, clickety-clack. And it was a little train with little cars and it clickety-clack. So, but at the end of the book, there was this poem. So I wrote this song about the train from Timbuktu. If I find it, there it is. Kalamazoo to Timbuktu, it's a long way down the track. From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu, it's just as far to get back. Kalamazoo to Timbuktu, Timbuktu and back. It's a long, long way. It's a long, long way. It's a long way down the track. It's a long, long way. It's a long, long way. Yeah, it's a long way down the track. From Timbuktu to Kalamazoo, Kalamazoo and back. Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. It's a long way down the track. Timbuktu to Kalamazoo. It's just as far to get back. Well, it's just as far to get back. Yes, it's just as far to get back.
All right. We'll go to Kalamazoo and back.
And back.
All right.
It's just as far to get back.
So I hear.
Yes,
So I've
you
just
know.
learned. I'll get you back up at the end to do another song.
All
for us,
right,
Richard.
well,
How's
cool.
that suit you?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Thank you.
Back and forth. Well, here we are. I'd like to invite y'all to be patron on Patreon, patreon.com/LShepherd9. You can send me some money direct through Venmo. If you're here, you can leave some money in the tip jar. Otherwise, just find somebody else to give $1 to on the side of the road, or somebody in line. It feels really good to give money away. I don't know if you've realized that. You don't have to give more than you have, but hand somebody $1. See how it makes them happy. I've just come back from my time in New Zealand, and I've been going there regularly for about 18 years. And the very first time I was there, we got together and wrote this little song. I was working at the Driving Creek Cafe, and I was a woofer, which means a willing worker on organic farms, except I was a cafe. But anyways, you work in exchange for room and board. So there I was, a woofer at the Driving Creek Cafe, and up the road was the DCR, Driving Creek Railway, and that's where I did a bunch of pottery. Those of you that knows I've done that. And I was on my way to Wellington to give a talk about gardening. The first time I left the Coromandel Peninsula, and so we wrote this song. So I'm just going to sing this one for Coromandel. There's a Kiwi breeze blowing on Golden Bay. is when you get there, you know. So it's like, kind of like island time, except it's only a peninsula. All right, we're going to take this moment now to invite Peggy Stein from the Treasure Island Art Guild. You are the president. Welcome. Madame Présidente, ça va?
Hello.
Oh, I'm going to put this here. Sit down so we can relax. So, Miss Peggy, you, oh, this thing makes me wacko. Okay. Point this way. You think this would be easy, but it's not. Somehow, I can't. Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
There we go.
Okay. Now, we're all doing well.
Good.
Hi.
Hello there.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Oh, thank you for having
I know
me.
you have a little, start this little
I'll
thing.
start this little guy up.
We have a little show there, and those of you on the Facebook camera will be able to maybe see a few of your paintings go by. Yay!
The sound off. There we
We'll
go.
take the sound off, and these are some of your paintings. Ooh, there's
Yes.
a yellow ribbon runner.
Yeah.
Put
So
it right
these
there.
are some paintings from the art guild, not necessarily mine.
Not necessarily yours.
No.
Okay, these are all paintings from
Right.
the Art Guild. Now, okay, the Treasure Island Art Guild. What is that? Tell the people. Tell the
The
people.
Treasure Island Art Guild, well, they've been around since the late 1950s over in Treasure Island. A group of people got together and decided to start a guild, and mostly it was all men who were painters, and their wives decided to be the hostesses of this club. And so they have meetings, well, it was back in the day when those things were acceptable.
Well, that's so nice.
So now I want to say our membership is mostly all women, but women are still doing all the work. But no, we have a very nice group of people. I've been involved with them since 2018 and got them through COVID. And we meet the second Saturday of every month between September and May. We usually have a guest artist who comes and gives a demo for us, and we have an art show every month as well, and we give awards, small cash prizes as well as ribbons.
Now, the art shows that you, do you have to be a member to
Yes.
exhibit?
Yes.
And these talks, so you have to, if I want to come hear the talk or demonstration, I have to become a member.
No, our meetings, our monthly meetings on the second Saturday of the month are open to the public, so you don't have to be a member.
And does the public ever come?
Occasionally you'll find guests from some of the hotels might drop in, or other people just bring friends as well.
Yeah, so you're allowed to bring your friends.
you're allowed to bring your friends, and yeah, it's a very friendly, open, warm group.
And that you all meet in do you have your own building?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We used to meet at City Hall, at Treasure Island City Hall, but now we're in their community center. So it's a nice big airy room. Since post-COVID, everybody wants to know where we're meeting, and so yeah, we could spread out as much as necessary, or we get clustered in as close as we need to. So we give classes during the week, workshops, and we have a really great portrait workshop that's every Friday morning. And you don't have to be a member, but there's a member price and a non-member price.
Okay, so so you all offer workshops to the public that
Yes.
the public can come, and
Yes.
they pay one price and
Yes.
the member pays a different price.
Right.
And how do I find out about these?
Well,
where are you advertising?
everything is listed on the Treasure Island website, through the city.
Oh.
They have it on there. It's in the Gabber, the Beach Beacon, social media, word of mouth. So we try to get things out there as much as possible. Hatch, even the neighborhood websites. So we try and post things as much as we can.
Yeah, and so for your portrait class, you have people actually sit.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
she's
a
gonna be our
sitter.
model. So we hire models to come and sit, and from 9:15 until 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's all levels. So if you feel like, oh, this is something I'd like to try, come by. Because, I mean, I sit there with pencil and paper. There are others who come with their full supply of paint and don't have a finished product at the end because they'll take it home and put more detail into it and build it. But it's enough time to get everything you need, plus we'll take a picture of the model as well. So, but that is really and the models keep their clothes on. That's very important.
Yeah, the models keep their clothes on.
There is another place you can go for that, but
Yeah, so if somebody wanting to do nude drawings,
yeah, you can go to like the Morian. They have, yeah.
And why do you all not do that?
We're in a community center.
Oh, no, I mean, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, might be, who knows, you might get in trouble for inviting naked models
Yeah,
to the...
we've already been told, everybody's
No,
gotta keep their clothes on,
Okay.
yeah, so.
Well, God forbid.
Clothing is not optional, it's mandatory, so.
Now, when did you become involved in art in general?
Well, I've always been around creative people and I've always loved the arts, but you know, growing up it wasn't something that, other than free time or play, that I became involved in it. I was first I was really into photography a lot.
Oh.
And then in through high school and whatnot, and raising family. And then in 2000, I went back to school actually, because I had a daughter, and how do I let her know college is important for women if I didn't do it, you know?
Oh.
So I went back to school actually, and got a degree in digital technology and web design, and got a job at the local newspaper. I'm also from New York, so I got a job at Newsday and selling advertising and magazines, newspapers and whatnot, and then moved to Florida in 2010 and went to work for the Bradenton Herald and sold over there. And then 2016 I stopped working and I sat on the couch for about a month.
Oh.
Just like didn't know what to do with myself, and my husband handed me a piece of paper. He said, "Here, somebody brought this to me. It's for you." And it was a thing from the community center, things to do. So I said, "All right, look, I'm going to take an art class. I'm going to take a yoga class. I'm going to play pickleball." And for the next couple of months, I was like a 13-year-old kid hanging out in the community center 3 to 4 days a week. And the painting class was great. The teacher there, she says, "Well, what would you like to do?" I said, "Well, I have an inspiration photo that I'd like to paint." And I showed it to her, and she goes, "You're going to start off with that? You haven't painted in so many years, and you're going to start off with it?" And it's a picture of my mom's hometown in Italy.
Oh.
And I decided, I said yes, because I'll probably only do one painting in my life, so this is the one I'm going to do. So who knew I'd get so hooked? And there was another woman there who was a member of the Treasure Island Art Guild.
Okay.
And she brought me in, and I got hooked.
Yeah.
After a couple of months, they said, "Would you like to be president?" And I said, "Sure." So didn't really say sure. I didn't really say sure. I said, "No, not really. I'm new here. Why isn't there somebody else you could ask?" And she said, "Well, it seems like almost everybody's already done it, and if you don't do it, we really have nobody, and we're going to shut down." And I couldn't let that happen. So
No, not after 50-some years.
yeah.
Or 60
So I
years.
said to him, "If you can get this other girl, Chris, if she can get her to be vice president, I'll be president." And that's what happened. And
So, like many organizations, I think they're run by quote unquote volunteers. I mean,
Yes.
you pay to be part of the club, and
Right.
then you have to volunteer
And then
your
you
time to
volunteer
run
your
it.
time, right.
And it's like churches and food things
Right.
and train clubs, and there's a bazillion clubs out
Right.
there, and they
Right.
all need presidents and secretaries
Right.
and all that.
Right.
And it seems as if people are not as interested in becoming. It used to be that, well, I guess women stayed home and they had plenty of more time to join clubs or
Right.
be the members in the Treasure Island Art Guild. How often do you get new members? How do you try?
Well,
What do you?
That's interesting. It was hard in the first 2 years. Well, the first year, I would say, there really wasn't much new growth, and I was really learning, you know, getting my feet wet, what to do. 2019 was a great year. We were really good. I thought we were taking on new things. Francine was one of our new members, and she was helping us like get out of our Treasure Island Art Community Center, and
Right.
we had shows in the library and in Pinellas County. We were bringing in other artists. We were really feeling good.
Yeah.
And we're ready for the next season, and COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we don't pay rent. We don't have any salaries to pay. There's no overhead for us. And we had a lot of older members. Everybody kind of was aging, and not enough coming from the arts.
Right.
So it was hard to tell everybody come to a meeting when we're all masked up and people were just starting to get their vaccinations, and so we really took our time starting up, and this has been our first full season since COVID, and we have grown. I think we've got 10 or 12 new members.
Oh,
this
now,
season.
it's because you're such a
And-
fabulous president.
No,
What have you done?
No, I don't think.
What do you think
about
you've
that.
done? Do you think you've done something to attract them?
I think first of all, we were there. We're still there. That was the one thing. Secondly, most of them came in through our portrait workshop. So they came to the workshop, and yes, there's two prices, but it's a $3 difference. It's not like we're charging you double.
Oh.
So that wasn't the motivation. But there were some people also who have been coming for 10 years to that workshop and never joined as a member. That two of them joined, two or three that joined now.
And why?
This year. And they're telling me because they see the passion that I put into this,
Aw.
and they really made me feel very good. I mean, and it's a really great group of people. I mean, people like Francine here, my friend who showed up here today.
Yeah, because people are welcome to be in the audience,
Yes.
and we have an audience member, and we'll.
When Francine and I first met, we were both taking a portrait class there, and I'm looking at her work. Her work is so different than anything I've ever seen before, and I wasn't even sure. Like, she started hanging her work in the shows, and I really wasn't even sure, in all honesty, whether I liked it. I didn't know. It was just different, and so she kept coming, and her work kept getting better and better and better. And she told me yesterday, we were talking about this, and she says, I really appreciate having the Art Guild. There were other places I could join and show my work, but it was the Art Guild that I joined because I felt I could show my work and see if the response from people, and get feedback from people, and give me room to grow and a chance to grow.
So do you all
and
critique
just-
each other's work?
When they want it, yes, but the shows are judged. So by an outside source, we hire a judge to come, local artists who,
Okay.
who are really good at what they do.
Right,
To
so-
come and critique and judge. So it's not me saying I like this, or Francine, or anybody else in our group. It's somebody from the outside. It's all
Yeah.
subjective, so, and everybody knows that. So we have some artists who are really fantastic, and some things I think, like, she's won again? I can't believe,
Oh, wow.
that beat this. I don't question it, but it's, but it's all depends on what your taste is and what you like.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, some people are just really working the program, as I say, like Francine. I can't talk about her enough, because she went from just like being one of the group to showing their work at the Art Guild to working it and being an artist. I've never seen a projection like this before of anyone. And she has had one-woman shows. She's invited all over the state of Florida, and she gets in her car with her artwork, and she drives to the other coast to put things in, and she's just fabulous. So it's that kind of passion that kept me
Keep you
going.
doing it.
Yeah. But it's like now 5 years I've been doing this, and we have our elections in May, and we should have a new president at the end of the season, which is yay. So now I can get back to doing more of the artistic side of what I want to do. I want to try and find my own passion. She's such an inspiration. I want to find my own passion, my own style, and stick to it, instead of every 5 minutes I'm off in another direction.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to reel myself in and find out what works and what doesn't work, and
do you have?
move along.
Are you going to have a show somewhere? Have you ever had a single person show?
No, I haven't. No,
But you're going to, maybe?
Francine, and she has a studio, and I started renting part of her space. So we're going to be working on something, and we'll send you an invite. So
Okay.
in May, yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your coming to talk about it. I encourage you all to do something with your life and go ahead and join the thing. What's that, my dear?
Treasure Island Art.
Ah, yes. See, Treasure Island Art Guild, and they can be found almost anywhere, I presume.
Yeah, we're online and we have a website as well. So
Okay.
and Facebook, we have a group page and a business page.
I would like to give you this. It's a little token of my affection. This is a lucky bamboo and will root and continue to live in this jar, or you could put it in a.
Oh my goodness.
That's for you.
Thank you so much.
So you're gonna have to go home and draw that. I don't know if you do still
I
live,
do, we
but there
do.
you go. So there
Yeah.
you go. And this one, of course,
The
is for
garden.
you, Richard. You get one also.
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much.
take this from you, and okay, so I'll be at the model for the.
Yes.
Wait, what is it's Friday morning at 9:30.
9:15,
9:15. Where?
At the Treasure Island Community Center.
At the Treasure Island Community Center.
And if you'd like to be a model,
And
contact us on our website, on
All
email
clothed.
or.
Clothed.
Yeah, it's just a model.
yeah.
It's
All
a portrait.
clothed,
It's
yeah.
for a portrait
It's
class.
for portraits, yeah.
So you
Usually
sit
like
there.
the shoulders up.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, I always wear strapless, darling. No, I'm just kidding. I don't.
Strapless is nice. We like shoulders.
You like shoulders? Okay, well, I'll wear something, Thank you
Thank
so
you very much. Thank you.
Spending your time here. Wow, that's so exciting. Richard, come on back up here and sing another song before we send this show packing. Before we send this show packing, I encourage you all to become a patron of mine on Patreon, patreon.com/The Laura Shepherd Show. That's what makes me happy. Now, why should you pay me? Why should you give me one of your hard-earned dollars?
Why
don't
should I
know.
not give you?
Why should you not, is my theory and country.
There you go.
But I mean, I'm perfectly happy for you to give money to a bum on the street, or even somebody that looks rich, if they're standing in line.
That's right, teach them a lesson.
Somehow, I feel like,
What goes around comes around.
yeah,
Karma.
yeah. Oh, you're so airy-fairy, you airy-fairy person. Yes, but we tend to be in agreement on that one. Okay, so give us one more song.
Okay.
Explain it to us and sing it. Go ahead. No mumbling in the background.
It seems one of the hardest things in this lifetime is relationships. Phew. So this was my song about trying to start relationships. There's so much I'd like to say, so much I'd like to do, but I never seem to get it done. When it can be said, when it must be said, there's no one there to say it to. If I tell you what I'm thinking, please don't laugh, please don't cry. You know I'm trying hard to make sure the things I say aren't a lie. I know there are times I don't do what's good, though I try my best to do what I should. people say all that they tell is true. That's just one thing I can't believe. Everyone's told a lie now and then. They thought it would hurt much less than the truth. If I tell you what I'm feeling, please don't laugh, please don't cry. I'm sure trying hard to believe that the things I feel aren't a lie. If tomorrow we should meet again, I'm just hoping you'll still be my friend. Thank you.
All right, this is for you. Because everyone deserves a little gift for being here. I want to thank you out in the audience, and I want to thank you people online. The next show, 2 weeks on the 30th, will be here. So you're welcome to come be in the audience. Go around and love one another. That's it. Goodbye. Oh, the $2 bill. Oh,
Because you're special.
oh, 'cause I'm